Hey, Nick here. Welcome to day number 97 of the Building a Software Company project. Rather, if you've been following along, building a software product in 100 days. And so, what we're going to start working on, I think the window here probably is extended maybe 4 to 6 weeks past day 100 before, we'll have more of a polished product rather than just a minimum product. I kind of beat that horse um, over and over the last few weeks. But with that said, what we're going to start working on is what I think is a pretty powerful feature, and I've talked about it an awful lot, and that's the conditional logic. And so I just wanted to revisit what we're trying to accomplish with conditional logic within the processes of Playbook. And so to start with, we're going to limit the components within a task that can drive the conditional behavior of the overall process. And so we're going to limit that to a checkbox list, multiple choice, and drop downs. And so we're going to structure our conditions as we're going to have if the checkbox list contains, or if it does not contain, so we'll allow our users to pick, basically set that condition, and then, well, any one of the conditions that we set, we're going to use those to drive certain tasks within the process being shown or hidden. And if you see here, I'll zoom in. This is really what we're going to be driving towards. So like I said, checkbox list, multiple choices and drop downs. And so we're going to have different conditions. So, it is or is not, it either contains or it does not contain. And so there's going to be some validations required within this piece of UI based on which component it is. Is it a checkbox, or is it a drop down or multiple choice? And so then we're going to allow certain tasks to be shown or hidden. So if I jump over here, here's a quick Google slide presentation that I had put together. Sometimes I use this, as you've seen probably, for some of my kind of simple UI work. And so this is an example of an employee onboarding conditional logic, or an employee onboarding process. And so we have a drop down here called employee seniority. If employee seniority is senior developer, then we show, assign a laptop to them. And so that task, there'd be a specific task that would be assign a laptop to the senior developer. And if it's a junior developer, maybe you would show the task assign desktop. So you'd start with the two hidden tasks. One would be assigning the laptop and one would be assigning the desktop. This is just a very arbitrary, random example. And then based on what is selected in the employee seniority dropdown, we would drive what task is going to be shown. And so once again, if you have any sort of complexity in your business, this conditional logic is a super powerful way to on the fly customize the processes, customize the checklists in your business. And that's what we're going to get started on building this next week. So we have the UI, we have the background jobs. There's probably going to be some chronological jobs that get triggered at certain chronological points in time. And really, this is going to be a pretty powerful feature, along with an automations feature that we're going to build. They're really going to be valuable for us at Harvest Profit, and that's my other software company that's going to be kind of the first test customer for this, and really the reason that we're building it. And yeah, overall, we have some UI work to be done. I mentioned that we're going to be doing a UI audit here probably in 2 weeks. It's an experienced front-end React developer is going to go in, and him and I see eye to eye on UI design and thoughts and principles, and he's going to spend 3 or 4 days just going through the application, cleaning some things up, and just um, making the UI as clean as possible. And then probably right around that same time frame, maybe push it maybe a couple of weeks out. Maybe 3-4 weeks from now, we'll do our Zapier integration to add a little bit more interactiveness and allow people to trigger processes based on a number of Zapier conditions, specify certain attributes to those processes from a Zapier condition or a Zap trigger. So yeah, we're making good progress. I wish we were a little further ahead here on day 97 of what was supposed to be a 100-day firm deadline, but it is what it is, and we're just going to keep moving along and adding benefits to the software that match the real world use cases that I want to see and use in a product. And then at the same time, making sure we're polishing it, testing it, using it internally. And that's really the goal here over the next week or probably this week. We're starting to define more of our SOPs at Harvest Profit. And so probably right around day 100, we will start setting up those processes and building those SOP templates, and pretty excited about that. I think it's going to, frankly, add a ton of value to our business if we have those processes in place that we can share with future employees, future partners, even some further business development things down the road. So with that, that's day 97. We will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for following along. Really enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. Thank you.